In our culture, we have a saying, Igwe Buike, strength lies in unity. Let me illustrate this profound saying with an old Igbo story of birds invited to a banquet in the sky. The tortoise, who was not invited, cajoled the birds into lending him some feathers so he could fly. Of course, the generous birds obliged. When they arrived, he deceitfully claimed the feast for himself. So the birds took back their feathers. The unity that lifted him dissolved, and he fell from the sky. We remember that story because it speaks to the discipline of trust and unity. Success that is shared will last. This visit is symbolic. It speaks to our shared future and a commitment to progress. We have come to express our deepest and most heartfelt gratitude for the engagement and the investment you have extended to the people of Enugu State. We do not take these for granted. If it were possible, just as the former Senate President alluded to, Your Excellency, the entire Enugu State population would have converged here at the villa to express our gratitude. The delegation here represents the excited and grateful voices of over 7 million sons and daughters of Enugu. We have come to state boldly and without ambiguity that this relationship has earned our trust and support. On that basis, Your Excellency, we will stand proudly with you on Election Day in January 2027. At our backs are millions of men, women, and children whose lives are shaped for better or worse by our governance and by the decisions you make at the center. They carry the weight of those decisions in real terms, whether they have access to water, food, sanitation, education, what they earn, how far they must travel to build a life. For many, this is a question of basic survival. But there is a strong sense that things are changing. The relationship between Enugu State and the federal government is producing results that are beginning to define a path for our people. It is early, but it is real, and we value deeply the direction it sets. Mr. President, you are a true friend of Enugu State. This was evident in your January 4th, 2025 visit to Enugu. You broke a long-standing political distance between this region and the federal government. You crossed party lines. At a time when the Enugu electorate did not favor your party, yet you chose to invest in our state because you recognized what we were building. I remember very clearly you and I stood side by side at the ceremonial ribbon cutting of several projects. You said, and I quote, "It is a great honor for me to be in Enugu. It is a homecoming for me. This is a serious demonstration of what we can achieve together. We can go places together. We can build Nigeria and secure the future. End of quote. Mr. President, we thank you for that. We thank you for seeing the potential in Enugu and acting on it. In the time since that visit, we have seen those words take form, as your intervention have addressed problems that remained unresolved for years. The concessioning of the Akano Ibiam International Airport means Enugu now has a functioning international gateway. And in doing so, it opens up the Southeast over 30 million people to the world. So remarkable are your deeds, Mr. President, that the applause for one hardly dies down before another similar grand gesture emerges. With the Southeast Development Commission, you have established a structure for coordinated regional development. Its inauguration, reinforced by the Southeast Vision 2050 Forum, marks a turning point, bringing the region behind a single long-term plan. For the first time in decades, there is a shared framework to coordinate infrastructure, investment, and growth across state lines at a scale no single state could achieve alone. The extension of the gas pipeline to Enugu will connect the states to the national gas grid and critically unlock our own gas reserves. Those assets then will be evacuated and brought to market, making power generation viable and shifting Enugu from sitting on stranded resources to becoming an energy hub for the Southeast. The Port Harcourt-Enugu rail line, once a vital corridor, had been abandoned for decades. You have approved its reconstruction, and we're very grateful. Work has reached Aba, but its full value depends on completion to Enugu. We note, however, that contractors are yet to return to site due to funding delays, and we respectfully draw your Excellency's attention to the need for continuity so this critical link can be realized. Your imprints on roads have been no less remarkable. You have carried out several critical interventions. When people say that the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway was a death trap, it may seem like an exaggeration, but it's simply a case of stating the obvious. It is heartwarming that over 100 kilometers have now been rebuilt to safer standards. The Enugu-Onitsha road had suffered years of false starts, with contractors coming and going, sections failing before completion. That circle has now been broken. Work is now progressing, with flyovers emerging at key pressure points. We also have the 700-meter flyover at Eko Binago along the Enugu-Abakaliki Expressway. That comes with a huge relief. We commend Your Excellency for your swift intervention after the collapse of the new Artisan Bridge. That swift intervention brought an immediate end to the gridlock and the suffering it caused. You have also demonstrated trust in our people through key national appointments. Among those here is Air Marshal Sunday Kevin Aneke, Chief of Air Staff. entrusted with one of the most critical responsibilities in securing our nation. You appointed Dr. Kingsley Ude SAN as Minister of the Federal Republic. We have seen our people rise in leadership across key institutions, including Professor Simon Otuanya, serving as a Vice Chancellor of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, breaking a 65-year jinx, as Nsukka now has a son of his own in that noble seat. You have continued to recognize experience and service, including the recent appointment of my immediate predecessor, His Excellency Right Honorable Ifeanyi Chukwu Ugwuanyi, as Nigeria's ambassador to Greece. There are more than 10 other people here who have also been appointed to several consequential positions of service, and we acknowledge them. Time constraints prevent me from naming them all, but we thank you so much for their appointment. These gestures reflect confidence, inclusion, and a deliberate effort to bring our people into a position of national responsibility. Mr. President, the progress we're seeing in the lives of the people of Enugu is not isolated from the decisions taken at the center. It is made possible by them. We recognize that these results don't come easy. They are hard-won. You took difficult decisions, removing the fuel subsidy, unifying the exchange rates, strengthening public finances, and reforming the power sector to support investment. It is these bold decisions that have freed up resources, expanded subnational support, and allowed states like ours to invest, to build, and to translate national decisions into tangible outcomes for our people. In return, Mr. President, we have acted with urgency. Security has been strengthened across the state. Incidents of violent crime have reduced by 96%, and people can go about their daily lives with confidence in Enugu. We thank you for your ringing endorsement of our efforts in this area. All 260 smart green schools, one in each ward, have been completed. Thousands of our children are now learning in brand new classrooms with access to digital tools and modern experiential learning methods. From September, school feeding programs will reach over 260,000 children, improving attendance and nutrition at the same time. We're delivering 260 Type 2 primary healthcare centers across the wards. Many are already operational, bringing care closer to communities that previously had none. Maternal and child health services are now reaching more women and children than ever before, with significant reduction in preventable deaths. Hospital capacity is being expanded across the state, including a new 300-bed international hospital and upgrades to existing facilities. Over 4,000 beds are now available to serve the population. Internally generated revenue has grown from 26.8 billion naira in 2022 to over 406 billion by the end of 2025, giving the state the capacity to fund services and long-term development. What is beginning to emerge in Enugu is the result of alignment between your national reform and its execution in our state. Your decision have made it possible for the state to act with scale and speed. Indeed, the outcomes are tangible. We have refurbished or built over 1,000 kilometers of roads. Journey that once took hours over potholed routes are now faster and more reliable. And the money people once spent on constant repairs is staying in the pockets of hard-working families. The reopening of the airport, the International Conference Center, the expansion of our hotels like the iconic Hotel Presidential, the launch of Enugu Air, and our tourism initiatives are drawing business and visitors into Enugu State. Across our rural communities, farm estates and agro-processing plants are linking farmers to storage, markets, increased yields, and more profits. We're currently building an integrated livestock hub, including the largest ranch in the country, with a capacity of up to 30,000 heads of cattle. For the first time in a long time, there is a sense that not one single project, but the whole system is beginning to work. People are beginning to feel the difference in how they live and what they believe is possible. So much has been done and so much has been accomplished. In closing, Your Excellency, I return to the reminder that behind us stand more than 7 million people. Their lives are shaped by what we do here. They have placed their trust in us, and they are beginning to place that same trust in you. Our future rests on something fragile, yet essential. Our ability to remain aligned and to trust one another. The greatest risk we face is the fragmentation of our purpose. Thanks to you, there's a new dawn rising in the southeast. And like the story we began with, there's a banquet in the sky before us. We will rise to it together. We will lend feathers to those who need them. But we must remain on the same flight path of shared endeavor. On that note, Mr. President, I restate our resolve to stand with you in 2027. On behalf of the Enugu people, we thank you immensely. God bless you, God bless Enugu State, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Excellency Governor Mbah.
That's